Welcome to episode 708, JimMcKelvey, from glassblower to inventor and co-founder of Square. This is an outline of episode 708. There are three reasons we study Jim McKelvey. First, he's the co-founder of Square and an inventor of card payment. Second, he is a serial entrepreneur who has founded at least 7 companies. Third, he began as a glass blower. Let us meet Jim McKelvey.
I'm the co-founder of LaunchCode, a co-founder of Square, co-founder of Third Degree, co-founder of 630, co-founder of Cultivation Capital. I don't do anything by myself. So.
Well, that brings up a good there. Why did you feel the need to start all these companies and initiatives?
So behind each company there was some problem. There was something I was trying to solve, and sometimes a company is a good way to do it. So the corporate structure usually is very flexible. It allows you to move very quickly. I usually team up with somebody because I find that the dynamic of having at least 2 people on a founding team is really important because it allows me a dialogue, and a lot of times my co-founder brings this great well of expertise that I just don't have. So
McKelvey was born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1965. His father was a professor of engineering at Washington University at St. Louis. In 1987, at the age of 22, he graduated with dual degrees in economics and computer science from Washington University at St. Louis. In 2019, Washington University at St. Louis renamed its engineering school McKelvey School of Engineering after the tech billionaire. Before he started Square, he was a world-class glass blower.
So we created an outlet for the artist to sell the work, and over time the work has progressed from what I would call novice glass art to pretty high quality work. We've come out with a world-leading sort of a class of products, these glass faucets, which are some of the most expensive and beautiful faucets anywhere, and they're selling literally around the planet.
In 2009, at the age of 44, he co-founded Square with Jack Dorsey. Square is the online payment, both hardware, software, and app. Now, who is Jack Dorsey? Is his childhood friend since age 15. Jack Dorsey is a college dropout and co-founder of Twitter. Very handsome dude. Is another famous serial entrepreneur and tech billionaire.
Start a new company called Square, which enables anyone to accept credit card payments anywhere using their mobile device. Today, Square is one of the fastest growing technology companies in the United States.
Square started when I reconnected with one of my old employees and friends, Jack Dorsey, and Jack wanted to start a new company with me, and we hadn't come up with an idea yet, so we were actually going to do something else when I was here in my glass studio trying to sell a piece of glass and lost the sale because I couldn't process an American Express card. And that led me to think about mobile phones and that they should be able to process credit cards, which is the idea I brought back to Jack, and the 2 of us came up with what became Square. I love going out. I'm all over the country now. Last weekend I was at a farmer's market wearing a Square t-shirt, which I typically wear, and somebody stopped me and said, you've doubled my bread sales because now I can take credit cards, and it's just fantastic.
Is Jim McKelvey's most famous invention.
And this was the first Square reader that I built, and I was really trying to make a great product. We had a meeting with Steve Jobs, and now Steve was pretty sick at the time, okay? He wanted everything to be perfect. And since I was the hardware guy, and Jack was actually going to do the meeting, I was like, oh my God, I got to make something that's going to be seen by Steve. And Steve is notorious for throwing stuff that he doesn't like, and so I went into the Apple Store, I went in for inspiration, and everything around me was polished metal and this brushed aluminum. It's like, and I got a block of aluminum and a milling machine, and I milled a aluminum housing for this prototype reader that we were building, and then I shrunk down the electronics and crammed it in there, 2 all-nighters to get this thing going. Jack tries it, doesn't work. He hands it back to me. No, it works fine. Look. I hand it back to to Jack, it doesn't work. We go back and forth 3 or 4 times like this. So I finally noticed that when I was swiping the credit card, I wasn't touching the device. I just went straight through. And when Jack would swipe a credit card, he would stabilize the device by sort of pinching it with his fingers. And because aluminum is an electrical conductor, it was picking up his heartbeat. The electronics in this thing were essentially a rudimentary cardiac monitor. And 2 days later, we built one out of plastic that worked perfectly. You do not have to wait until the product is perfect to send it out to the world. You can be satisfied with good enough as long as you're fast at correcting the problems.
Here are the secrets of JimMcKelvey's success. How to be a bold leader.
A leader to me is different than a manager. A bold leader is somebody who is doing something that has not been done before. What I admire so much are people who can muster the power to do something different. The bold leader is somebody who can go out and do something even though they don't have an example of it working. The people who, knowing that, still proceed and try the new things, those are the people who bring us the new, wonderful things. They're bringing us the future. If you're going out, or even if you're out there, get used to failure. Get used to rejection. Get used to not having immediate positive feedback. You will fail and fail and fail and fail until you succeed.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Jim McKelvey 10 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.